This is the third fucking time we try to record this. I got two pain in the ass sisters that keep fucking everything up for me. Last time we did a story time was about 2 years ago on Jasmine's birthday. We're gonna see if we can get through this take without someone fucking it up. Where were we?
Tone it down, first of all. No me grites, puñetas.
No, estoy gritando, pendeja.
No me grites, que estoy sensible. No me grites.
He just took a giant shit and his asshole still going like that.
Pero no me grites. Okay. What were we saying?
We're talking about me doing a lot of coke. Did I forget a lot of things?
Right. Okay. So, speaking of you doing coke, it's kind of related to our story time this time around.
And that's not a segue. It just happened to come up.
Yeah. Shit. I guess I should start it off because I had much longer time with this teacher.
We're not going to say her name because what we did in her class and what she taught us is clearly illegal. So we're not going to say her name.
There's no... Well, most of our friends are on here. So they probably... Or once...
We're with her. So
once with her.
If you know what the fuck we're talking about, keep your goddamn mouth shut.
And if you weren't with her, you heard the stories. We are very proud. We love this teacher. This teacher did a lot for us. This teacher was always there for us. And this teacher never said anything about our condition when we showed up to class.
She didn't give a shit. She openly said, if you want, you can just, like, if we had to do a PowerPoint, she said, if you want, you can just download one off the internet and I'll give you 100. That is literally what she said.
Well, technically the rule was, if I get to laugh once during your presentation, it's 100.
Bro, I don't even remember that shit. I did so much shit back in high school.
Oh, God. The only reason I remember is because fucking Iceberg used to remember that shit. Remember?
Oh, yeah, because he didn't do any of that shit. So we basically use him as a human voice recorder.
Yeah, so anyways, it was our senior year of high school. I have been in that class, which kind of ties into one of our other story times when I first met this fuck.
We actually met in that class.
Remember the class, dude? It was a tiny little piece of shit.
Wasn't it a fucking janitor's closet at first?
It started off in a janitor's closet before you got there. It was actually a janitor's closet. Like, it was about 20 of us and a tiny ass right in front of...
It was about the size of my room.
No. That's when you got there. Before that, fool, we were in a room upstairs on the second floor across from the library. A little chingadera of a... Your room is bigger than that shit.
Swear to God.
I swear to you. Your room is bigger than that shit.
Shit.
Then they moved us downstairs.
That's when I came in.
Yeah. So anyways, when we moved downstairs, the rules were, if we have a presentation, if we had homework assignments, if we had anything to do with that class, the rule was, if I can laugh just once with your paperwork or whatever you turn in, it's a 300, no matter what.
She was basically giving us pity hundreds, even if you didn't try.
But
who was it? The one that would sneak in random jokes?
Was it Preacher?
Like, it would be something like, what the fuck was it? Something about Shakespeare or some bullshit like that. He also had a big dick or some shit like that.
Who was it? God damn it. I think it was Preacher.
I don't remember who it was.
Because remember, she gave me and him our nicknames at the same time. Because when I would go up to make a presentation, I would go up there and apparently I sound like a pastor when I do a presentation. Which, I don't know if that's true. But
you're asking the wrong person for why. The only reason I remember her was because
I think the only person that would remember
is Iceberg.
It's Iceberg.
It's fucking Iceberg.
But
Iceberg is a friend we know from high school. Like, for some reason, all three of us just got together and started fucking around. He was the only one of our friends who didn't do any drugs, so kind of took advantage of that by having him write notes so we can remember.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. I met him way back in our freshman year. I think I met him my freshman year, and after that we're just friends. But yeah, we used to use him as a fucking human notebook. We're not gonna remember. Fuckface, you remember? Because
is that a fucking mosquito?
It was weird of us to fucking show up to that class sober.
I think the only time I showed up sober was besides the first day of school was on the pep rally. Remember we had that one fucking pep rally in Gym A?
Dude, I don't remember shit.
The gym that was right, literally in front of the... Remember which gym I'm talking about? Like when you enter the school, there's that big fucking hallway with that statue in the middle. Uh-huh. And on the right, there's a fucking gym that nobody ever used except for fucking pep rallies.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the few times, like... Because we actually got out of class early for that fucking pep rally.
Was I there?
No, you were high on something. I don't know. I wasn't high that day because I missed the bus. So I had to have the old man take me. And I didn't have time to, like, smoke before school.
Oh, I think that was the day I was hanging out with Güerita, fool. Remember, it was a cold day. And that's the day I let her borrow one of my jackets.
She never gave it back.
And she never gave it back. Yeah. And I was high on my mind. But anyways, it was weird for me and him to show up sober. It was weird for anybody else in that class to do anything that was... We were degenerates. We were all
basically Vegas in a fucking...
classroom.
In a fucking 8x12 classroom. No, wait, didn't, like, around half of the year, like, they moved us to a bigger room?
No.
Yeah, remember?
No, wait, we were always in that little room.
No.
Right next to the vending machines.
Wait, no, I remember because, whenever, they were, we're gonna talk about this a little later, but whenever they had that shooting threat, we were in that big-ass classroom.
No, we were supposed to be in there. And then she told us, never mind, that they put, who the fuck did they put in there?
Did they put the honors class or some bullshit?
Yeah. They put the honor kids in there because their safety was...
more important?
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, to that degree, thanks you brought the shooting up, it was our job, because we were the malandros of the class, apparently. Even though
we were the troublemakers, basically. Motherfucker, everyone was a troublemaker, but we were the ones who would, like...
No, I think the difference is the fact that they were degenerates, and we were something completely fucking different.
What's worse than a degenerate, fool? A full-on criminal?
I guess. Because let's be honest, when the thing happened with the gun...
There's delinquents, degenerates, and there's us.
When the thing happened with the gun, remember how we were sitting, like, okay, the door was right here.
Like, we were literally about 2 feet away from the door. Like,
No.
You would open the door
at first, she had us over here, remember? Mm-hmm. Right next to the projector?
Yep.
And then as soon as the gun thing happened, she was like, Sus, Jorge, and Iceberg, please move to this desk. And she moved the girls to where we were sitting.
Yep.
And
it just so happened that we were the only ones with the metal desk.
So, in our minds, we're like, if shit goes off,
this bitch is using us as shields.
We flip the table and everybody else survives and fuck us.
I mean, I know where I'm going. I'm already at peace with it.
But it started off as a class. It started off as her trying to teach us something. I guess she realized, you know what? These are all the fucking degenerates.
These are the worst students I've had, but fuck, I love them.
And so it evolved into her playing spades with some of the classmates, but the rest of us were doing fucking everything but studying. It was spades. It was
fucking poker. And I was at another table fucking betting money on 5-finger fillet. Like, bro, she saw me with a fucking knife in class and she didn't even do anything.
No, because we had all... I don't want to say bought. It makes it sound like we bought her. But the only reason I passed that class without even being there was I bought her a certain bottle. Shall we say? A certain bottle. Exchange hands.
Let's say that a certain bottle of a certain drink with a certain percentage of toxicity was exchanged from his hand to her hand, which was then poured into her coffee bottle.
Which led to more spades and even more
mayhem. Pretty much, yeah.
Cause no, remember, okay.
I love that class.
Shit. It was spades, it was poker, it was you playing 5-finger fillet, it was me flirting with the girls at the desk, fucking Tobar doing all kinds of doodles on the fucking board.
Oh, yeah. He was the one who drew the dicks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was...
Like, every time I would see, like, a different shaped dick with, like, veins, I'm like, that motherfucker's real. I wonder who draws them.
Yes. It was anarchy in that room. The funny thing is if the principal were to show up, we were all fucking angels. We were the perfect students.
Like, we had a lookout, remember? We had a fucking lookout.
And then, as soon as they left, they was fucking mayhem again. But that teacher helped us out a lot too, because she wasn't the type of teacher to say something to you
and then just hope you figure it out.
She would tell you straight up. Or she wasn't the type of teacher who told you to be somebody you weren't. She pretty much accepted who you were and what
She's basically the ghetto version of Dead Poets Society, if you want to think about it. Pretty much.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
You want to be a drug dealer? Fine, just don't get fucking caught. It's like how, you know, when Family Guy does a parody of that with Brian and with, like, the hookers, and that's basically what she was in real life. I'm pretty sure
if the girls wanted to run a brothel out of there,
they could have. They easily could have.
They could have.
They fucking, especially with the rumors about some of the principals there, fuck yeah, they could have easily.
Dog, that teacher right there, that
teacher's a fucking saint, fool.
Did a lot for us. Let's be honest for a minute. She never said, hey, you're high, go to the principal's. No, she knew we were high.
She knew whenever we were high.
She knew when I would show up drunk. She knew when I was fucking...
You didn't do that much coke back then, did you?
No, I didn't.
You rarely fucked with it.
I didn't. And
I did. I fucking did.
Dude, you were out of your fucking mind. You fucking Scarface your way through.
Okay. Now that we brought up me doing coke in that class, because I also did coke in that class every now and then. Did I nosebleed one time? Because I have a faint memory of me talking to Iceberg, and I can see Iceberg's face change when he saw the blood pouring out.
No, it was not a nosebleed. You fuck. You said there was something in your hand, and you were convinced that the only way to take it the fuck off was to cut it off. I don't know what the fuck you took that day, but you were convinced that a little man was living in your hand. You pretty much Captain Kirk does when he's on that fucking plane.
I don't know what Captain...
No, what's the actor's name? What's
William Shatner?
Yeah. Have you seen that movie where he's on a plane and then he's like, there's something...
Oh, the one that, what's his name, Jim Carrey references?
Yes, there's something on the plane.
Yeah,
that's exactly what the fuck you were doing.
What the fuck does that have to do with my nosebleed? Because I remember blood running down my nose.
Yeah, you got so mad that apparently your temperature went up, according to the nurse. Or from what little I understood the nurse, because don't forget, I was on everything but skates at the time. You were telling us about the little man in your hand, and then out of nowhere, you just bled. Like, you just bled. And you and Iceberg were having the conversation. I was not part of it. I was dealing with something else over there with the dick drawer and the preacher and all the other people. Out of nowhere, Iceberg he's like, what the fuck is going on? And so we had to take it to the nurse. But you were convinced. You were fucking convinced that there was something in your hand. Like, you came up with this whole background story about the man who lives in your fucking hand.
Where the fuck did I bite it? Or what did I do to start bleeding?
Okay,
so, where did I start bleeding from?
Okay, you started bleeding from about here. Let me see, so I can show the public. Right about here, because you started going like this with your pencil. And I was like, okay, maybe he's just having like a little, you know...
Is that where this fucking scar came from?
Yes! Fuck! Like, you started doing this, and I was like, okay. Like, Iceberg tried to get my attention. He was like, hey, I need you to pay attention to this guy, because he's doing something. Stop looking at it.
Bro, I've always fucking wondered where that scar came from.
I thought you knew.
No!
Okay, not the point. So, anyways, you're doing this.
Uh-huh.
And then you start telling him about, hey, man, there's somebody living in my hand. Iceberg is trying to keep up with you.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm over here talking to Preacher about some other shit.
The dick drawing.
No, I was talking to Preacher and the dick drawer.
Oh.
I was talking to them about a project that we had going on for the class. Iceberg tries to get my attention about you. I'm like, just let him be. He'll be fine. He's not doing anything. Next thing I know, you have already dug your pencil deep enough where it starts bleeding. So I take that away from you. When I take that shit away from you, you start doing this. Like, what the fucking retard. And I'm like, sis, calm down.
How come I don't remember this?
Because you were cooked out of your fucking mind.
Are you sure it was just coke?
I don't know.
I mostly remember shit.
No, because okay, we were hanging out with Anna and Sleepy and Isaac, and then Güerita came and we left with Güerita. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay. Up to then, you and I were both smoking weed, and then she and I took off to go do certain things.
Yeah.
You were like, "I'll be right up with you guys." And I was like, fuck, I think this guy's just gonna, do 1 or 2 lines before he comes in. What I didn't know at the time was that you met up with, what's that one girl's name?
Which one?
The one that used to live by your old house. The one you and David had a crush on.
Tori?
Yeah, her.
I didn't have a crush on Tori.
Yes, you did.
I never had a crush on Tori.
Yes, you did.
I told you I had a crush on her?
Yes. Okay, that's a story time for a different time. We'll copy that later. But, yeah, anyways, her boyfriend. You remember her boyfriend?
Yeah, this motherfucker had a Snickers bar fucking haircut, but yeah, I remember him.
Okay, you remember him? Remember how he used to carry drugs around? Like, any drug you could possibly think of, he had in his backpack.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think you had a meeting with him before you came out back to us. Because by the time you came back to us, you were...
off in Neverland.
You were just... like... You were there, physically.
But not...
But your mind was just... Looney Tunes, man.
Bro, I swear to God, if he's the reason I smoke meth, I don't even
I'm telling you. I don't know. Between me leaving you to go with Güerita and you catching up to us, I have no idea what happened to you. It's like... It was about a 30-minute lap. In which you were gone.
Bro, for me it was all day. I don't remember anything except just going home.
Okay, so anyways, back to the story at hand. We show up class, because remember how we have class like 3rd period?
So we're going to say her name.
No one's going to know who I'm talking about. Just is. If you know who we're talking about, just shut your fucking mouth and keep it shut. If not, just know that
that wasn't even her actual name, was it?
No. She just never liked her name, so she just gave us 2 letters to call her by. Anyways, when we showed up to class that day, you were still on whatever the fuck.
Cloud 9.
X.
That's
Let's say X.
Not even Cloud 9. That's
fucking X.
I was in the heavens.
Anyways, so back to the story at hand. You were already digging into your fucking hand. You were not majorly bleeding out of your hand, but you were bleeding. So I was like, I took it away. You were fucking mad. I don't know why you did this, but for some reason, I guess you popped the vessel up here. All that fucking shaking and shit. It looked like a motherfucking waterfall. Like, oh no, okay. If we have any anime fans, that's what the fuck it looked like. Like when Master Roshi gets a nosebleed, that's what the fuck it looked like.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad. Like, I was scared because I was like, oh shit, this fucker popped his brain.
He's ODing.
Like, I didn't know what to do. At first it was like, okay, it's a nosebleed. It's fine. It's cool.
But it just kept going.
And yeah, it just kept going. So eventually was like, can we just go to the nurse, please? The nurse didn't know what to do. The nurse was freaking the fuck out.
But was I freaking out though?
No, you were as calm as a cucumber. Like, after you got done digging here, you just, like, okay, no, let me put it this way. I took that shit away from you. Yeah. You did all of this, blah, blah, blah. You started bleeding. It's like your brain shut off. Like, you just put your hands down, and you were just like
just monotone.
Yeah, and then it's just coming down. And I'm like,
this motherfucker's dead.
Like, what the fuck? No, like, in my mind is like, up here, you're gone. You're dead. That's it. He's fucking brain dead. Iceberg, Preacher,
you,
everybody is like freaking the fuck out. Nobody knows what to do until Miss says, "Can we please just take him to the nurse?" Because at this point, like, all of this is fucking red. So the nurse didn't know what to do. So at the end, We convinced it not to call the paramedics because there was going to be more questions than answers. Not gonna lie, I had to pull a couple strings. Chino had to pull a couple strings.
Okay, I was about to say, you motherfucker? I don't think so.
I did. I had to ask Chino for a favor. You know what that entails?
I kind of do, but I don't want to think about it.
Anyways, even David pulled in a favor or two. Being the fucking track star that he was, it wasn't hard. Not the point, though. Finally, we get your fucking nose to stop bleeding. Your parents come and get you. And all I could say was, he fell down the stairs. And I didn't even tell Hefa. I couldn't even look Hefa in the eye. I left fucking iceberg there. I was like, dude, this is what his parents look like. You tell them. I told him what to say. Like, tell him he fell down the stairs. I laughed. Because I knew Hefa was going to recognize my fucking thing.
Was that before or after you came to my house drunk?
That was before. Because remember, I was still single at the time.
Oh, yeah, yep.
I was still playing all the stupid shit because of
such and such. Yeah.
Such and such that eventually we'll talk about. But yeah, all of that happened because we were doing, well, we're still doing. I wouldn't say we
Pretty
did.
much, yeah.
But
kind of slowed down a little, but I still do coke every now and then.
I think what caused it, not a lot, I think what caused it was this 30 minutes that you were missing. Whatever cocktail you took was whatever caused that to happen. Because I known you for how long, bro? About 8 years?
Going on 10 years.
Going 9? 10 years?
10,
let's say 10 years.
2012? Like the end of 2012?
2012, 2021.
9 years? Yeah, it's almost on. It's going 10 years.
Let's say 9, 10 years. And never in my life, that's the only time I've seen you bleed out of your nose.
Oh, but it happens constantly.
Not as bad as that. Not as bad as that,
I don't remember anything except just going home.
Fucker, you were on everything but skates.
I don't remember.
Like, if we were to tell all our escapades, we would have to have Jasmine here, Chino here, David here, Iceberg. Because those 4 people were always
in on it or around when it happened.
Yeah. Mostly Chino. Poor Chino had to keep us alive when we were fucking doing stupid shit because our brains were on so many drugs that they collapsed into themselves.
This is probably a good time to say, don't do any fucking drugs.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
Like, we're not saying go ahead and do drugs. If you do drugs to cope with something, that's on you. I just do them because I like how I just fucking love them.
No, you cope. You use them to cope. Let's be honest. You use them to cope.
I mean, at first I started to
and
cope,
then
but I just love how they make me feel.
Yeah,
now.
And then eventually it evolved into us just using them because we wanted to use them.
Yeah, but I'm not a good role model, so don't use me as a fucking
We're not.
role.
We're really
We're
not.
really not.
We're terrible role models. We know it. We relish in it. And if you need an example, maybe one day we can introduce you to the little fuck that lives here.
Yeah, he calls me a puto every time we're alone.
But that is our story time.
That's our story. The shenanigans that happened in room 4A. Was it 4A or 3A?
I don't even remember. All I knew is that the only way to get there was go down the main hall, turn into that fucking room, and it was...
Bro, I'm telling you, I could have sworn they moved us late. Or was that the following year? Because remember, we it wasn't senior year, it was junior year. We had it for senior year too.
Did we?
Yeah, fool.
I only remember senior year.
Because remember, I moved to Houston in 2012 in April.
Yeah.
Then we had her for English 3. And then we had her in English 4 in that class, I'm telling you.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah.
Because junior year is when whenever that other shit happened, remember? I was just coming from dealing with that.
Yeah.
Because you met her at lunch, remember? I skipped lunch to go hang out with you. And that's when you realized me and her had a history together.
Yeah, you had a history. And I'm like, oh, shit, what the fuck did I get into?
Which, I didn't really get you involved.
No, I got myself involved without even trying. We're talking about one of his exes, in case you didn't know.
But that's really when my drug use like started, because I was trying to. Okay, at first I was a good kid. In high school, I was that.
That's just hard to believe.
No, I'm serious. You can ask one of my friends, my closest friends. I started off being one of those kids who turned in their homework, had an extra pencil in case someone needed it. Like, I'm talking about full blown out. I wouldn't say nerd, but I was one of those goody tissue kids.
Goody tissue, not tissue.
No, tissue. Like, those kids that if you, like, con tantito que le hacían, güey, se soltaba a llorar, güey.
Oh, my God.
Like, I kid you not.
Wow.
And,
that's even more hard to believe.
Yeah. No, now that I think about it, my freshman year, when I started dating her, I was that kid. That fucking kid. And then, guess who came into my life? David. And then...
This motherfucker turned you into the fucking devil.
No. He taught me how to handle myself in a way that I could talk to anyone about anything and not feel like, oh shit, I'm offending someone. And I'm like, oh, I can't do that. No, he gave me the tools I needed to be who I was back then, which was a fucking womanizer. Like, I would flirt with...
So basically, you were flirting with people and you didn't even know you were.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so...
You were too fucking retarded to realize it.
Yeah, I was too fucking dense. Anyways, then I started hanging out a little bit more with Chino. He turned me into the anime-loving, hentai-watching...
So I have this motherfucker to blame for your addiction to that shit?
Yeah, dude, I have never watched anime in my life besides Dragon Ball and Pokemon.
I'm gonna kick his ass for that.
And then he turned me into My Bride's a Mermaid, which was a gateway drug into the rest of the fucking shit.
That is a perfect analogy, bro.
Anyways.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Anyways, so by the time you came around, I started off with weed.
That's weird though, because the first drug I ever did was actually coke. I didn't smoke weed until I was like 15.
No. I started off with weed. Okay? And it was like, okay, I'm set. I need a way out. I can't deal with her being here and me being here. So I escaped into smoking weed. My weed habits evolved into me becoming an alcoholic. Like, I would show up to class, and my friends would be like, dude, you smell like a fucking distillery. So they would sober me up, they would put a mint in my fucking mouth, and off I went. I was a functional...
You were a functioning alcoholic.
Yeah, I was a functional alcoholic.
Just like, but... You know, people say that shit, and I'm gonna quote Robin Williams. Saying I'm a functioning alcoholic is like saying I'm a paraplegic lap dancer.
Okay, yeah, you're right. But I would say it in the way that...
Rest in peace, Robin.
I would say it in the way that
We miss you.
I was functional because I knew where I was and I knew what I was doing. But I was so fucking wasted that people were trying to bully me and people trying to talk shit about me being a bad guy because I broke her heart, blah, 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 blah. Things that used to fucking throw me to the fucking...
They throw you to the wolves.
Yeah. Just kind of slipped off. I was so fucking out of it that, like, it was kind of like a third person kind of deal.
Out of body experience?
Yeah, it was like, oh, George is a piece of shit. George is this, George is that. But that George that was there, George was fucking drunk. George doesn't give a fuck. You met drunk George. He's
an asshole.
He's a dick. He doesn't care.
He doesn't fucking care about anyone. You gotta meet drunk George. We gotta get you fucked up one day and just record what you do. You're a complete and fucking utter asshole. No one likes you when you're drunk, fool. Like no one likes me when I'm extremely coked out. Cause I just say stupid shit.
So, anyways, that alcoholism led to me trying coke, led to me trying a bunch of other shit. And then by the time you swung around, that George started off being all innocent and all tissue-like, all everything broken.
This motherfucker basically died.
I pretty much
Buried him alive.
Drunk George pretty much took him to the back of the barn, blowed off his head,
skinned him,
and
started wearing it.
And just...
He's been wearing it since.
He's Ed Gein. He pretty much Ed Gein me.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say that. You beat me to it.
The George that's here now...
It's all rotting and shit.
He's so dead inside that it's fucking disgusting.
Bro, that sounds sad.
I'm dead inside. I know that I'm dead inside. Yeah. Do I goof around with you guys? Yeah. But notice how I only do it with you, David, and Chino. You can tell when I'm being myself and when I'm not being myself. When I meet new people, I'm a completely different George.
You completely shut off, huh?
It's hard for me to connect to people. You saw how hard it was for me to talk to Amber and Cody and Jacob at first. And then I found a connection with Jacob, and I leaned more towards Jacob than I did the other two.
I mean, you still talk to...
Yeah, no, but then I started to get to know them better, and now I talk to Amber and Cody like it's nothing.
Yeah.
But, like I said...
We all know the reason you started talking to Cody is because he and I both think he would record fucking interrogation videos.
Oh, yeah.
For the military. Because,
no, he never denied it.
Never denied it. Okay, just like a quick summary. When he first met Amber and Cody, like, I've known these fuckers for years, but when he first met them, we went to go get pizza. Where was it? Papa John's, right?
Papa John's.
We went to Papa John's, and it was me, George, and Cody, and I can't remember if it was you or me who asked Cody what he did in the military.
No. The thing was, okay, we went to order the pizza, remember?
Yeah.
Then we came back to the car, we were waiting, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, all right, well, I don't know much about him. So I was like, hey, so what did you do in the military? Just so I could break the ice.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember what he told me.
I was like high. Like, I smoked some weed and I was like fucking out of it. And
I think he said something about intelligence. I'm not sure.
No. Like, because I wasn't high to like not remember. I remember everything, but I was just too high to like do anything. I was lazy high. He said something about he was like a cameraman for like ceremonies and shit, and that's when you started saying, "So, did you question people?" And in my mind, I was like, "This motherfucker's gonna ask if he tortured this. He better not fucking ask." And as soon as I was thinking that, he was like, "Did you film torture scenes or what the fuck did you say?"
No, I was like, "So did you ever film someone getting tortured?"
Oh yeah, I was like, this motherfucker said it,
and I thought he was gonna get mad. Honestly, I thought he was gonna be like, "Just get the fuck out of my car, dude."
Yeah.
But no, Cody's a good guy.
Like, he started like he did like one of those nervous laughs where he didn't know what to say because if he said something, he knew he was gonna incriminate someone.
Yeah, and so he was like,
I mean, for all we know, he probably never did it. He's just fucking with us.
Yeah, but the answer was like, no. But it's one of those no's that you know it might be a yes, but we'll never know.
We'll never know, yeah.
So I just found it funny. And I like Cody. I like Amber too. And I like the little baby. I like the whole family group thing.
Yeah, bro. They're all... Basically, me, Amber, Cody, Kelly, and Jacob, once we're together, bro, we're all dysfunctional as shit.
I think that's why I fit in so well.
Probably, yeah. That's probably why you fit in that quick. Because when you and I first met, it took us months to get along. I wanted to fucking kill you.
That's the thing. Because when you first walked into that class, I was like... like, he walked in and Ming mugged everybody.
Even the teacher, it's just habit.
And so...
If you knew where I grew up, you'd understand why.
And I think we already covered this in another story time, so I'll go over it lightly. But when I first saw him, I was like...
I don't like you.
I don't fucking like you. So... When he sat down, I was like, yeah, this is not going to work. So, either he's going to say something or I'm going to say something, nos vamos a agarrar a putazos, or somebody's going to take out a knife and somebody's going to...
probably be me, because this is another illegal thing I did. I took a knife to school every day. I didn't give a shit. We were going through the metal detectors. Fuck it. Going up the ass. I'll just say I got shot in the leg.
Yeah, so it was that kind of situation. And then we realized later on that we had a friend in common, which is David, because David was like, hey, let's go hang out with my friend. And I was like, cool, let's go hang out with your friend. Turns out it was this fat fuck. And after that, it's kind of, we just bonded over...
We bonded literally over weed and a pool.
And all the crazy shit that happened then.
Yeah. There's another story we already talked about. Or no, that was a different time, right? No, yeah, because I wasn't high when
No. The day you almost overdosed was a different time. That was in October. Okay. That pool time was whenever...
School was about to end, wasn't it?
No, it was... Yeah, actually, yes, but that was the time that Alvaro interrupted a certain situation. Which is another story time that we're going to talk about, Jazz.
No, we're not.
I am. No, what's he going to do now?
I mean, it could be one of those... I don't want to start shit, bro. It might start some shit.
Fine.
It might start some shit.
Fine. I mean, okay, no. Well, yeah. Never mind. You're right. No, I'm not gonna touch that. But
you're gonna be forced to pick a side. I'm not gonna pick a side.
I don't have to pick shit.
If it comes to that, you probably will.
Well, first of all, Mr. Godfather, I don't have to do diddly.
Mr. Godfather.
Yeah, Mr. Godfather, because that's apparently who you were gonna be until you chose.
Oh, shut the fuck up!
No,
I thought you were referencing the movie. I'm like, the fuck?
No, fuck you. If anyone has to choose a side, it's you, because apparently I'm a 0 to the left.
What?
I'm a 0 to the left, because Mr. Secret Keeper, Mr. I'm gonna tell you how I did it, when I did it.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! I do not want that image running through my mind again, okay?
Ass.
Let's just fucking get back to... Yeah, she took it in the ass, alright? I don't want to know if she did it again. I don't give a fuck. That's her sex life. I'm not fucking part of it, alright?
Mr. Godfather.
Shut the fuck up, George. I got a knife right with me and I will stab you.
It's not my fault. It's her fault. Don't blame me.
Yeah, it's her fucking fault. I don't know why the fuck she decided to tell me that. I literally just asked her how her fucking wedding went. I took it in the ass. What the fuck?
Okay, we're talking about the type of person that almost choked you the fuck out. What were you expecting?
Bro, apparently, according to her, it didn't happen that way.
How did it happen then?
I don't fucking know. I was half dead. You got a mosquito on your lip. Bitch.
Okay, not the point.
Let's get back to my class.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
But I feel that class was also like a safe haven for us, because even when we
could be ourselves in that class.
Yeah, when we were in trouble or we had to discuss something with someone, she would literally take the time to be like, you know what, talk to me, tell me what's going on, and I'll try to help you. So, even though we were degenerates, which we still are.
We were degenerates with morals.
She gave us a compass to follow. Because before it was just, let's burn down this fucking institution, and after that, God only knows. But then she gave us a purpose. She was like, well, Susan's creative, you're talkative.
I am not creative.
You are fucking creative. You're just lazy.
How was I creative? What the hell did I do in that class?
Dude, you literally did all the fucking computer shit.
Oh.
No, of course not. You're like a fucking Hollywood producer.
Except I don't touch any kids.
Yeah. But she gave us a compass. And I still feel like that compass is still with us, even though we don't really...
Use it?
Like, we do use it, but not to its full extent. Like, whenever we find ourselves in a corner, I think we always go back and think, well, Miss would have done it this way. If you stop to think about it, there's situations in which we're like, oh shit, Miss was right. Or, oh shit, I think Miss would have done it this way. And somehow we've always managed to come out on top.
Yeah.
Even when, because we've been in some dire situations. Let's be honest here. You and I have been in dire situations. Which...
Like what? Like life or death situations, or?
No, more like the situations in which we were actually forced to pick sides. Like the time David wanted to kill me.
Bro, I hardly remember. I remember this. I had you on one fucking line, and I had I had Chino on one line that was with you, had a fucking gun just waiting outside your house, and I had David on the other line with a fucking gun in his hand, driving his ass all the way from wherever the fuck he was living, saying, George, I'm gonna kill you. Just fucking either cocking the gun. I just kept hearing metal sounds from in the background. I'm like, these motherfuckers are gonna... Oh my god. Ultimately, what the fuck stopped you guys? I don't remember.
We realized that it wasn't worth it. We realized that like, well, perhaps for another story time, but what really stopped us, and we'll probably cover it more later on tonight, is we just realized that it wasn't worth it, because it's like you and I fighting over someone, right?
Didn't you actually fight over someone?
Yeah, that was a Cinderella story.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, but I wasn't sure.
But okay, on a little topic here, we can cover it later, but for another story time. But the thing was, okay, let's say you and I are in that situation. It's you and me, with your ex, my ex, whatever.
Let's say it's one of my exes because you just had a dream about her. We're not gonna say who it was, but I'm just gonna put you on the spot just because I'm an asshole like that.
Wait, does she?
No.
No? Okay. Well.
No, she doesn't.
Okay, not the point. The point is, you and I and her are in this situation, right? You and I decide, or I make it easy for you, as a friend, to take her to where we're going, like we did with her. Mm-hmm. So I pretty much come up with a lie, convince her parents, we pick her up, blah, 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 we take her over there, right? Done deal. The first night there, we're there.
Oh, I know what happened.
Did I tell you, or did he tell you?
I heard both accounts, and they're both the same. The first time you two tell the same fucking story.
Okay, so you know what she said?
Yeah.
Okay. Just for some context, guys, because I know it's confusing. She told me nothing was going to happen. So, okay, whatever.
Even he was surprised something happened.
Yeah. So, I go to sleep. Next thing I know, shit goes down in his room. And I get pissed. I take off in the car, whatever. Fine, cool. Next morning, we had to go do a 5K. So I'm getting my shit ready. And I had my stuff ready, my backpack and stuff ready. And I was sitting on the couch, where I slept, with my blanket. She decides that it's okay for her to wrap herself in my blanket. I'm like, cool, whatever. Not my problem.
Did she still smell like?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Anyways, not the point. When we get to the race, to the 5K location, we get separated. Me and her and David had to go to the restroom, whatever. This is where I made my first mistake. I'm trying to get David's attention. She was like, no, I just want to be with you. And so I stopped calling for David. The whole race, me and her are together. We're talking, blah, blah, blah. She's, doing all this other stuff with me. Like, just talking and telling me whatever. By the time we get to the end of the race, David's fucking pissed.
Why?
Because that wasn't the plan. The plan was for him and her to be together, and for me, yo que valiera madre, güey. Okay? Anyways, he's fucking mad. I'm in the car, whatever. We get back with the whole group, the HEB family, whatever.
Oh, yeah, because he was working at HEB at the time, right?
Yeah. Anyways, we all go back to the parking place. We all hop in the van, whatever. We get back here. We hop in David's car. And I told David, hey, cuz, can you go get me something to drink? Because I'm feeling a little lightheaded. And she's like, in the bag, she's like, oh, can I get some chocolate, babe? And anyways, David goes, whatever. While we're in the fucking car, dude, she leans in and she's like, I need to tell you that I'm becoming addicted.
To Dick?
To him. To David. Knowing goddamn well what it was going to do to me.
No.
Fine. I tell David when we get to the apartment, Dave, I need to talk to you.
I swear to God, if you start crying, I'm going to give you a reason to start crying.
No. Like, we separate, and you know how me and David talk. It's never fucking serious. That day, I actually called him Lawrence, which is his middle name. I never call him by his middle name, ever.
I didn't even know he had a middle name.
Yeah, Lawrence. Anyways, we're talking back and forth, blah, 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 this and that, me. He tells me, cuz, so what's the situation here? What are you doing? I'm like, I'm not doing anything. What is she doing? So, I'm like, okay, you know what? Just let it be, whatever. Back in my mind, back to the story time, I'm thinking, okay, Miss would have told me, hey, get the fuck away from her. I didn't.
Dumbass.
That whole night, it was back and forth between me and David.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm hungry, guys. I want pizza. I had $100. David had like a little bit of cash.
Oh, I remember this part. I remember you telling me this part, yeah.
So he comes to me, he's like, cuz, can we order a pizza? I was like, fine. But you're going to have to go get it. Because, you know, I'm not gonna wait for some guy to deliver it. He got mad because she didn't want to go with him. She wanted to stay with me.
Mm.
So she was like, he's like, why don't you go get it? And she was like, well, if he goes, I'll go.
So she was basically just trying to fucking get you guys to fight.
I guess so, because, okay, so after the whole pizza thing was, because we eventually told one of the neighbors, hey, can you go get it for us? And you can have some too. So she went and got it for us. But in between that and the pizza getting home, me and David got into it, fool. Like, into it.
Like, fist fight or just words?
No, like, okay, so there was like a little pipe thing in the backyard of the apartments. He was sitting over there. And it got to the point where I literally took out my knife and I put it right here. And I was like, you know what, just fucking do it. Do it. Just, you have no problem doing it in the back of me. Just, you know, just fucking do it. Stab me right here, fucker. I won't fucking fight you. Just fucking stab me. And he was like, no, calm the fuck down. I was like, no, dude, because we're fighting over someone who literally has us on a fucking leash.
How come you were the only one to see that, though?
Porque, I don't know, wait. No sé, se enculó el cabrón. Not the, like, and then I guess he finally realized that when I told him that fucking stabbed me.
Yeah.
Because we took off together and we were just talking back and forth and we're like, hey, cuz, you know what? You're right, I'm wrong. You're right, I'm wrong.
So did that happen before or after the fucking Civil War?
That happened a little after. Because we came to the agreement, right? That I was going to stay away from her. And that...
Which you did.
Yeah, which I did. I respected that. But he said, okay, she's the only one for me. I'm not going to cheat on her. Next thing I know, he's sleeping with this other girl. So, I told her. I was like, you know what? I feel like shit, but supposedly you were the one for him.
The light went out.
You were the one for him, but she's cheating on you with her. She immediately went and told him. Yeah. He called me. I don't pick up because I'm fucking pissed. He calls Chino.
Damn it.
Talking about, I'm going to kill George because he did this.
Is that when fucking Chino calls me?
Yeah, when he calls you, he comes looking for me.
Like, why the fuck did he get me involved in it?
Because he thought you'd keep me under control. Which...
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit.
Not really, because you know, if you don't... I don't know if you realize this, but I'm a lot calmer when I'm here than when we're out and about.
Well, we weren't here yet.
No. Like, when I'm in, like, here with you and Hefa and, like, you're around, it's easier for me to, like, calm the fuck down. So...
Do we keep each other centered?
I wouldn't say centered, but it's like, as soon as I feel you doing something that is going to be like, okay, it's going to get him in trouble, I don't tell you not to do it, because you're going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
But I let you do it, or I come with you and far enough to where I know that you're not going to fall off the edge.
Okay.
So anyways, we had you on the line. I think even Jasmine got called that night, but she didn't pick up.
She didn't pick up, no.
So anyways, he's on the way here from...
Bro, and I had to juggle that shit, talking to you, talking to David, and keeping this shit from Bro,
yeah, it was a fucking jungle.
It was a fucking nightmare, fool. It was a hassle.
It was a fucking jungle. But, okay. I got him on the phone with Chino. like, Chino was our fucking mediator. I'm like, okay, do you realize what we're fucking doing? I'm waiting here for you with a gun.
Yeah.
You're on the way here with another gun. We're gonna kill ourselves over a female that, you know what her answer was to us when we asked her who she chose? I don't know.
Yeah, this bitch just wanted to fuck her.
Like, we asked her a bunch of times, hey, who do you really want to be with? I don't know. Is it me or George? I don't know. Is it David or me? I don't know. It was always an I don't know, fool.
She probably wanted to be with both of you, him for the dick and you for the sentimental value. Or not for the sensitivity, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I can't think of the word.
Okay.
Because I'm really coming down from that coke this morning.
And I think that's another reason why the George that was
died.
Like, pretty much she and that other person we were just talking about, pretty much whatever was left of that little light of me, pretty much they put it in a coffin. They sealed the coffin. They poured cement and metal over it.
Threw that motherfucker in the ocean.
And threw that motherfucker in the ocean. Like, there is no way of me getting back that piece of me. It is dead. It is buried.
It's kind of good because that part of you was a pussy.
Yes, he was. But I feel that's the part of me that would make a connection to that, my female counterpart.
Nah, I doubt it.
No, because, okay, if you stop to look at my relationships.
Bitch, I only know about two.
Which were the major two. Let's be honest here. The first one, I fucked up. Because I left.
Yeah.
I chose this life over that life. And she made a choice, I made a choice, and that was the end of that.
Well, I think she ended up getting the shit out of the stick, if you think about it.
I don't argue with that.
Is this about the one whose name sounds like an STD, or is this another one? Because I'm not going to say their names just in case.
K or S?
F.
Oh, no. That wasn't a relationship.
Oh, okay,
That was a fucking...
That was just a fling?
That was just a...
Okay,
that was for me to keep her off of Rico's back.
Ah, okay.
Okay? Anyways. K, the relationship with K was... I fucked it up. I fucked it up bad.
Yeah.
That's why she ran into that fucker's arms.
Yep.
And had
the kid. And it turns out... I'm not even going to say
it. Was a fucking shit show. It was a complete and utter shit show.
Just basically think Mexican Maury.
Yeah. Pretty much. Okay. So, that shit in itself was even more...
Depressing.
More me killing myself, more me just...
Fuck it.
You met me at that stage, dude.
Yeah.
You saw me come here at 5 a.m. out of my fucking mind and just tell half of what happened.
Was that the... No, that wasn't the time for number 4, right? That was with...
No.
That was with... bro, I can't remember her name.
That's when I was trying to make the move on a certain other person that we were talking about the day we dropped off the book.
What book?
For the sister.
Oh! Okay.
Remember, because I was coming from her house, and
I remember.
We were drinking at her house, and I decided to walk home, and then you guys caught up to me and took me to your house because I was shit-faced.
Yeah.
And then Kefa was like, "A ver, hazme un cuatro," and yeah. Anyways, but no.
She wanted him to do the figure 4 with his feet. It's fucking smart ass. Hazme un cuatro. And ever since then, that's been a run-on joke since then.
It's been... I think that's one of the reasons she took me in as one of her kids.
Because you're a smart ass?
No, because she saw me in trouble, and thank God, or whoever's up there.
Whoever it is you pray to, let's just say that.
Yeah, she took me in as one of her own. She's been like a mom to me. Anytime I'm in trouble, I come talk to her. Or my mom, but mostly her. But yeah, that relationship with Kay,
that went to shit.
That went to shit bad. Shit got legal. Shit got thrown everywhere.
Even death threats, like legit death threats,
were spoken. Were said
mostly towards you.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people hated me for it. And I don't blame them. They probably still do now.
It really wasn't your fault. It was her fault.
It was both our faults.
It was mostly her fault.
No. That's unfair. It was my fault because I chose to stay here.
Yeah.
And ignore my duties over there. Okay?
She could have came this way too, though.
Yeah, but she doesn't have anyone. I did. I had a moral support here. I had you guys. I had friends. I had family members. She didn't have no one.
Bro, I am a terrible moral support, especially at that time.
You were not terrible. You're just the kind of person that I knew that you weren't gonna fucking soften the blow. You were not the type of guy. You're still not the type of guy who softens the blow for me. You're the friend I can
trust. I'm the motherfucker who sneezes on his hand so I can inflict poison damage.
Yeah, you're the guy who's gonna tell me, hey, la estás cagando, cabrón. Even when you know that I'm down, you'll fucking kick the shit out of me. And why? It's so that I learn.
And also because I get some sick enjoyment out of it. I'm not gonna.
No, well, yeah, you get enjoy out of it, but I know that at the end you're doing it because you care.
Yeah.
But not, you know, K and me was, you know, whatever. Now S, you were there for the whole. Well,
unfortunately, I was.
You were there.
I was fucking involved since the beginning, and I didn't even know I was.
You were there for the end of the first ride, and somehow got onto the second one. Because when you first met her, you had no idea.
I had no idea. Like
until we met.
She ended up being friends with a girl I actually really liked in high school, when I moved to Houston, and like we just started talking like regular friends. And then this motherfucker skips class to go to lunch, and then he meets up with me. I'm literally sitting across from her. She says, "George?" He's like, S? I'm like, two fuckers know each other? Like, we used to date. And in my mind, I'm like, fuck, what did I just get involved with? I didn't just move from fucking Dallas and got out of this situation just to fucking jump back in with two different people.
Which, if you ask me, the high school ride wasn't that bad because the day we met up again, it was more of a, hello, how are you doing? You and I had a conversation. Yo me fui, güey. Acuérdate. I left.
Yeah, because you were looking for, like, weed, weren't you?
No, I was about to go fight someone that was waiting for me. Which was a friend of that STD girl you keep mentioning. Oh.
The reason we say STD girl, she didn't have an STD. She just has a name that when you say it in Spanish with an exaggerated accent, like one of those Mexican accents,
like novela accents,
like telenovela accents, it just sounds like a fucking STD. It just sounds bad, fool.
But yeah, anyways, so I actually saw her a couple times after that. Mm-hmm. Like, not like, hello, how are you doing? Even at the senior, you know how we had that thing outside? Well, with the rides and everything?
Oh, yeah.
I saw her there.
The senior carnival or some shit like that?
I saw her there again, and it was like me and her being playful towards each other, but that was it. That, you know, she went her way.
No flirtatious shit.
No. Just, you know, I went my way, she went her way, blah, blah, blah. Now, when the second ride came around, you and I were already best friends. Do you know she was involved with my life? I brought her over here. We did things.
One of the worst fucking things any of us could have been involved in, to be honest.
I brought her here. The first time I brought her here, you and Heffa were like, okay, cool. Hey, you know, okay.
We don't like where this is going.
Yeah.
I told you since the beginning, I'm like, motherfucker, you're going after her again. Don't get me wrong, I think she's a good person, but
okay,
when it comes to that,
let's be honest. You guys get along fine.
Yeah, we do. We still do. Every now and then we talk. Like we say, hey, how you been? I'm alright. Fine. Bye. See you later. I'm gonna do some coke. I'm gonna go back to work. That's it.
But like you said it, and I'm gonna say it here, I was starting to fucking change.
Motherfucker, since the beginning you were starting to change. Even the way you spoke.
It was robotic. It was like...
It really was.
It was...
It really was.
Like... Jefa, our mom, said it, it was kind of like, and actually, me and Jefa had a conversation about this. But it was robotic. It was cold. It was calculative. Remember the first time I came here, I sat in that fucking chair outside. I didn't move from that spot until we left. And it wasn't like me sitting comfortably. It was me like being all fucking rigid and then Sue said it, David said it, Chino said it. Hey, you're changing a little too fast and we don't like it because it's not you.
I just don't like sudden change. Plain and simple.
No, and you were right though. I wasn't changing because of me. I was changing because of her. At first it looked good. Let's be honest. It was a good change. I looked a little cleaner. My hair didn't have as much dandruff in it.
Who the fuck waxes? What self-respecting guy waxes his fucking eyebrows?
Okay. I did that once. And it wasn't by choice. Her mom did it. Not the point. Point being, and I know I'm going to get shit because she's a subscriber.
I'm pretty sure she found out we were talking about her at some point in the past hour, so fuck it. We're still not gonna say her name. I'm
not saying it to say.
We're not talking shit about her. Let's just
we're
say
just saying things that.
Just saying what happened and what we thought.
Yeah, and so, you didn't like it. They didn't like it. She didn't like it. If the two people in my life who've managed to keep me center all this time,
I'm pretty sure Jasmine wouldn't have liked it either if she lived here.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure if she's watching this,
probably not.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
But I'm pretty sure Jasmine would have fucking beat the shit out of me.
Bro, I was close to doing it, but every time you were here, you were with her.
So, and that's what I was going. Every time we did anything, fool, and even in the past videos, she was there.
Fool, by saying that, you basically said her name.
Not there in the sense that she was there, cabron. There in the fact that my whole fucking output of the way I used to talk to you was different. Remember? Because you and I have a certain way of talking to each other.
Yeah.
It's always been cabron this, cabron that. Always. It got to...
We rarely call each other by our names. We always insult each other or just call us like a derogative term for a fat guy.
And it got to the point where my speech pattern became fucking...
unrecognizable. Became unrecognizable.
Like, he would say something mean to me, and I was like, okay, that bueno, carnal. It wasn't the same...
That shit threw me off! That would fucking throw me off. Like, it really would.
Yeah, and even Jefa said it, that day we were talking. It's like, ya no le contestabas a Yoyito igual, ya no hablabas conmigo igual. Llegabas y te sentabas, no decías nada, you wouldn't do shit, you would just sit there, and then, however long the visit lasted, y se iban, and y'all would leave.
Yeah. I just didn't want to say shit because, like,
I'll
be honest, I kind of ruined a few relationships back in Dallas. I wasn't the person someone cheated on someone else. I'm a hideous fuck, I know that. But I kind of said a few things that I didn't know I wasn't supposed to. I'm not saying I was snitching or anything, but I kind of said a few things that rubbed people the wrong way. Kind of ruined the relationship more than once. So sorry. That's why I didn't fucking say anything this time. I just bit my tongue.
But yeah. So, anyways, I realized it after, like, I sat down for a while after we broke up, whatever.
Which time out of the many?
The last time.
Okay.
After everything that went down, after things were said, certain words were exchanged, after one of the pregnancy scares.
Yeah, more than one?
Yeah. He had a couple. But the last one was the breaking point to me because things were said. And I'm not afraid to say them because I feel that it was said from her point of view, I get it. From my point of view, I don't get it. But she chose her career.
She didn't do what I think she did.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. While we were on the way there to buy the pregnancy test,
yeah.
We were talking, and she was like, I'm not ready to be a mom. I don't want to be a mom. And she was like, I'd rather have my career.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was like, okay, cool. Fine, I guess. I didn't know what to say. But
well, what is there to say if we're pretty much blindsided you? I get
so,
it. I don't even know what to say, and I'm not even involved.
So I just agreed. I was like, fine, you want your career? Have your career. Whatever. We broke up. Yada, yada, yada. Last Thursday I got here, right? The Thursday I got here, I was sitting down with Heva.
Saturday now, right?
Huh? Yeah,
no, Saturday. Yeah, you got here 2 days ago.
The Thursday I was sitting down with Heva, we were exactly talking about that because she asked how I was doing, how I was handling stuff. To be honest, people, I'm still not sure she's completely out of my system. I don't think she ever will be out of my system because it was...
Motherfucker, she really took a toll on you.
It was 6 years. It was 6 years. Almost 6 years of a relationship, bro. That's... Yeah.
Bro, you started going out when we moved over here?
Yeah.
Really?
No hacía mucho, güey, que nos habíamos movido todas las cosas aquí, cabrón. Remember? Because I was like, I told you, the first girlfriend I get, I'm going to bring her to see the stars.
Yep.
Y las putas estrellas nunca salieron.
I was just about to say that way. Every time he would say, I'm going to bring my girl here to see the stars. Every fucking time he would bring her. Fuck it. It's still recording. Oh. Every fucking time he'd bring her, it'd be cloudy as shit. Every time he came alone, stars everywhere. I told this motherfucker, that's a sign, puto. Take advantage of it. He wiped his ass with it. Look what happened.
Okay, so, anyways, I was talking to Heva, right? Thursday, we were talking about this. This came up. She tells me something. Because, you know me, my way of dealing with it is to go with the cariñosas.
Yeah.
To drink my...
What we're saying is we're talking about those vivacious walkers of the night, a.k.a. hookers. Putas.
To drink it all away, to buy love, whatever. And I couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't.
To drink or to fuck a hooker?
No, wait. Yo fui a los bulls, güey. Fui a los bulls. Me senté en la barra, in the bar.
Wait, Bulls bar is still open?
Yeah.
I thought the motherfucker closed down.
No. I was sitting there, right? I'm drinking. One of them came over. She was like, cómprame una. Buy me one. Invítamela. Fine. Then, whatever. She tells me, let's go somewhere else. No quiero. No quiero. I didn't want to.
I thought about your sexual preference if I was with you at the time.
No quise, güey. Se me acercó otra. Same thing. She asked me the same thing. Another one came through. She asked me the same thing. Vámonos por ahí. No. Me tomé mis 2-3 cervecitos, güey. I was on my way home. I found someone from my childhood.
Who?
A friend. Not gonna say her name, but she's one of those people.
One of the people we just mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
What letter?
Also an S. S. Let me see if I can remember her last name. I'm not gonna say her last name, but V. SV.
I don't think I know.
No, it's from like back when I was in Mexico, cabrón.
Oh, okay.
But I found her. Same thing. She told me she had a crush on me, blah blah blah. Since we were kids, she offered to go somewhere. I was like, no, I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Which, you know, Heva, it surprised the hell out of her because I'm not like that. For all of you who don't know, yo soy de un ojo alegre. Which means I like to look. And Sus knows this. When I like someone, I'm not quiet about it.
No. Okay, look, I'm going to say this real quick. And then after this, we can wrap it up because my phone's about to die. When I used to work at the Michoacana, I was a butcher. I think I said this in a few videos in the past. That I was a butcher. But when I was working there, not the manager, like the one in charge of the fucking... Of the carniceria, of the butcher area, motherfucker was in prison, and when they saw cops coming, they would say "voy vengo," which means I'm coming and I'm going, or I'm going and I'm coming, whatever. But this motherfucker started using it whenever he would see a fine ass female And whenever you would hear that, you look around and see which one he was talking about, so you can see either the ass or the tits. Now, I know nowadays I'm gonna get shit on for saying shit like that, but I mean, I'm a straight guy. I like what I see, alright?
All guys look. All guys look, and those who say that they don't look,
like,
they're fucking liars.
Like, bro, like, I'm not trying to generalize, but I'm pretty sure even the gay guys look just to see their competition, so to speak. Like, not in a sexual way like we do.
A huevo.
Like, not in the sexual way that we do. No. And I know this because I have a homeboy who's gay, and he tells me he looks at females like competition.
Okay, but el problema, cabrón, or the problem is, from what I understand, is the fact, it's not that we look, it's the way we look. Parecemos perros hambrientos, güey. No las vemos bonito, güey.
I know.
Women want to be looked at.
Yeah.
They take pride in themselves. But the problem sometimes, guys, is the fact that guys look at them like they're fucking wolves.
That's one of the reasons why I say that. Wait, you just look, and alright. Look, alright. Don't fucking stare like a retard. Just, wait, vengo, look.
Turn, look,
and then you say it again. Wait, vengo. Like, they use that as code when he was in prison to say that cops were coming in case they were doing anything illegal. But he started saying that when he started seeing fine females. And we all picked up on that. And I taught him that.
Anyways, tú sabes, you know that I've always been an ojo alegre fool. Always. Always. So anyways, I was like, yeah, it's kind of weird for you to not want to do what you usually do.
Yeah.
And then she was like, but is it because you're still that person that she was turning into?
Oh, 100%.
Or is it because you still have feelings for her?
No.
And I was like, it's not because of that person that she wanted me to be, because that person never came to be.
No, you still have part of them, though.
Part of them, yeah, but no soy el mamón, güey, que era antes.
Yeah.
I'm back to myself, but yeah, do I take care of myself? Yeah, because I learned a couple things to take care of myself. You know what? Am I gonna fucking peel my fucking eyebrows again? Fuck no.
I still kind of lost a little respect for you when you did that, to be honest.
And I don't blame you. But anyways, I was telling Hefa that if I ever ran across that version of me,
you'll fuck him up.
And yeah, exactly. Yo sí le partí a su madre, güey. Lo colgaba de los putos huevos, güey.
Del árbol más alto.
Sí, güey. Y me valía 18,000 hectáreas de riata, güey. Lo que me dijera ese cabrón, güey. Pero yo le partí a su madre. Y sin pensarlo, cabrón.
Wait, just thinking about all the Spanish que tú estás diciendo, güey. I'm gonna have to translate all of this. Chinga su madre.
Not the point. Jefa thought it was funny. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But it's true. That guy I was turning into, fool, has nothing to do with the person I am. If you met Dad George, I'm pretty sure you would have beat his ass.
Probably, yeah. But I'm really coming down hard.
But anyways, I think what needs to be said, and to wrap this shit up, is that Ms. also helped me with that. Because...
to be honest, I completely forgot we were talking about her. That's how fucking bad this bajon is giving me, fool.
So, anyways, I realized that if Ms. could accept a degenerate, a person who put himself above others, a person who was selfish in a way,
a person who she tried to use as a fucking shield against weapons.
Yes, and was okay with it. You guys are okay with it.
I didn't give a shit, fool.
Okay, no, I mean about being me.
Oh.
You're okay with it. David's okay with it. China's okay with it. Hefa loves this version of me. My mom loves this version of me.
Yeah.
My dad, not so much, but my dad hates everything.
Even the old man likes this version of me.
Yeah, it makes me realize that... Do I still love her? Fuck yeah, dude. I'm never going to stop loving someone who's been with me for 6 years. Am I going to ever go back to that?
Probably not.
No.
There's not a hard no or probably not?
No. It's a hard no.
Okay.
As far as us being emotionally involved, hell no. Are we still friends? Yeah. If she ever asks me, hey, do you want to hang out? Sure. But guess what? At the end of the day, tú a tu casa y yo a la mía. Because that part of me that loved you unconditionally, that part of me that followed you around like a little puppy who thought, oh, I'm doing this all for myself. George, my psyche pretty much took that guy behind the barn. And he's still hanging from the huevos up in the barn.
I'm pretty sure the crows are picking at the tendons right now.
And evil George, eventually, every now and then, will go into the barn and peel a little bit of his skin off. And
replace the rotting one.
Yeah, so replace the rotting parts of the other George with that. That's how fucked up my head is. But, like I said, to wrap the shit up, the story time up, it all comes together because of BD gave me that compass. Do I use it up every now and then? Yeah, like I did this time. And it made me realize that I might be a bad person. I might be a fucking alcoholic. I might be a drug addict. Whatever people want me label me. And it doesn't affect me because I know what I am. I know who I am. Yeah. And I know what I want to do. And I think that's the beauty of it.
Except I'm basically the same way. I just show no enthusiasm over anything.
Yeah, and I think
mostly because, like, emotionally, I'm basically dead.
I think that's the beauty of it. And so, if you guys take away from it anything, just remember, even if people say, "Hey, you're a bad person,"
there's someone that likes that.
Be the worst.
Be the best be the best worst version you can, and be honest about it.
And be truth to yourself. Because out there, somewhere, there's people who will take that part of you over whatever fake version you can give them. Yeah. You have friends like Suze. I have friends like David, Suze, Chino.
Even though you and David did have a rocky time.
Even if we have a rocky time, I know that if I'm ever in trouble, they're there. That's when people ask me, who are your best friends? I have best friends. I have you, I have Chino, I have David, I have Chris.
Chris? Who the fuck is Chris?
My friend Chris. You meet him someday. But those 4 people I know that are like, they can't be replaced. If I were to lose one of y'all, all hell would break loose. But, like I said, those 4 people take my version of me and hate the version that would have been given.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, like we said, if you're going to take anything from this, guys, I know this one's the start. This one was a long one. But if you guys are going to take anything from this, from what we just said, everything we shared, is that be the best, worst version of yourself that you can be, and fuck the world. Because out there, whether we like it or not, there's always going to be someone who doesn't like it. And
just because they're assholes. They don't like you just because you're you. Fuck it, or just because you exist.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's no changing it.
Best you can do is be more of yourself so they can fucking hate you more, and that's a burden on them, not you.
Yeah, but yeah. Any last words you want to add, brother?
Well, we were talking about this, and I'm pretty sure it went on more than an hour. This isn't going on a story time. Might as well fucking say. You had an idea for making a show called Si Dios lo sabe todo, ¿por qué no todo el mundo?
Yeah.
This could be the first episode.
Yeah, let's do that. This is the first episode of Si lo sabe Dios, lo sabe el mundo.
Which translates to if God knows, so does the whole world. It's basically a show. I kind of didn't want to do it because it dives into your personal life. But you don't have to share everything. Just shit that you know.
Yeah. And the next one, guys, if we do the next one, I want to touch on the...
It's probably going to be more about you than me because I really don't want to share that much personal shit.
No, I think what we can do, not to touch too much personal shit, is more of I would say breakups. But not in the sense that you would have to tell me the background story of it. But let's just...
I mean, ultimately we are, so...
No. But to a certain extent, I just want to know which one was the one that broke you.
Oh, you know which one it is.
Yeah, I know which one it is.
You want me to say...
Yeah. Okay. And I'll tell you mine, which you already know what it is. And we already talked about it here. But I can go a little bit more into depth about it. Of course, no names are going to be said. No...
We might say fake names just to like...
No histories. No... Oh, well, she did... No. We're not going to talk shit about anyone. We're not doing anything bad. We're just talking about us. This is our way of
Kind of coping.
Yeah, coping. And he might be my first guest. I might try to convince other people to come in it, like Chino, because I know Chino has something to talk about. I know David has something to talk about. I know Cody and Amber and Jacob.
We have a lot of people.
Yeah, we have a lot of friends
that
might want to talk.
Like, what the fuck is it with me and you being magnets of personal life stories?
I don't know. But it's great because, shit, maybe someday Jasmine will share her stories or Kat will share his
molestation stories.
Molestation. But not the point. Not the point. But yeah, this was the first episode of Si lo sabe Dios que lo sepa el mundo. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys
I hope you like this.
I hope you like it.
I hope more people like than dislike them. My fucking spirit. I'm pretty sure a lot of people
just
hate me.
You know, and to Mother Russia we thanks.
Oh yeah, because apparently people in Russia watch this, so I too served the Soviet Union. I think that's the communist salute. I don't know.
I don't know, but just know that we're with you, brothers.
Let's go drink some vodka.
Let's do it.